companies have a flawed assumption as to what's driving customers. So they'll think, they lead on price. We'll be the cheapest in the market. So they think that people care about that on a wider scale. And I think he gave an example of, what's the shop in America? Not Costco. Costco doing it right. Walmart, I think it was Walmart.
Yeah.
So when the original Walmart was made, the founder of it, their why was that they wanted to kind of do affordable shopping, something like that. Like to kind of allow people to have access to these things. So they bought things in wholesale to sell it for cheaper, X, Y, Z. And that was the original why. And then he talks about this later on in the book, where when that founder passed on, because for whatever reason, they weren't able to get that, to inspire other people to come in and work that had those same values, they just became price driven.
Yeah.
So it just become like, well, we just want to be the cheapest and then it just becomes a conflict of interest. And
yeah.
then you're dealing, working to the bottom kind of thing. So that's an example of companies getting it wrong. So one of the two ways to influence human behavior is one via manipulation, price drops, peer pressure, or running promotions. So
fear as well,
yeah,
and celebrity endorsements.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so those are the things. So I didn't take notes for all of them, but manipulation leads to transactions, not loyalty. So if I want to buy glass cups and I know they're normally worth £50, but you've now reduced them to £25, I'll buy them now. But once they go back up, I'm not gonna make any more purchases. There's no brand loyalty there. And then peer pressure works where not because we think the experts are right, but because we fear we might be wrong. So manipulating, like you said, using now, you've got, influencers. So they tell you buy this, buy that. So you're buying it based on that manipulation. Like, this person uses it, this person has endorsed it, so it must be good. I want to, for all those other reasons. And then price always costs something. So price drops, quite straightforward. Let's give an example that I read actually. So yeah, that was that. And then the way to count, did you want to speak about that?
Yeah, price drops. Well, just basically on my experience as a manipulation, where the manipulation works on me, but when the price goes back up, it doesn't. So I like Nature Valley bars. Yeah, I'll wax them off, man. I'll eat. Yeah. Anyway, that's one of my snacks that I like. Nature Valley bars, cup of tea. When they're on club card price and special offer, I'll buy them. Yeah. But when they're not, I'm not paying the extra that the price that they go back up to. And if they had started off with no discount, and I had started off buying them like that, it's like, oh, that's the price. Yeah. I like them, I'm gonna eat them. But they've got my loyalty based on their price. Yeah. I do like them, but I'm not gonna pay the full price because you always put them down to discount the price. So it's like, the manipulation leads to the transactions, but not loyalty. Yeah. And that's what he says. Yeah. So it's like, I think part of the thing as well, especially in business, like, be careful when putting your prices or giving discounts and stuff like that, because now that might be what's expected.
No, it affects. I mean, you said it perfectly. It affects it because if just that, for example, if you're constantly cutting prices, people just wait. Well, they go on sale every other month, so I'll just wait until then. So and really, you don't want people to be buying from you based on the fact that you reduce your prices, because again, you're kind of racing to the bottom. In the industry I was working before, prices drop. Then you drop your price, then guess what? They drop their price, and then guess what? You drop their price. And it's like, no, where's the money? No one's making money, it's just race to the bottom. It's ridiculous. But what he says, a good way to get loyalty is by inspiring them. Inspiration. Again, start with why. Do you see what I mean? So, again, loads of examples, but if you can inspire people to kind of be valued, it doesn't matter if Tyler's price is this much, it doesn't matter. With the Snappy Snaps, like you said, they're not the cheapest, but the customer service is so good. That's inspired you, and you kind of you buy into that really, because when you go there, you got an expectation, and they always live up to expectation. Because you could do. There's so many options you have now with things like that. So that was I enjoyed that.